Well, I really love diagrams. So a really good diagram can tell you everything. And I look at a lot of older scientific texts, and they're all like before 1900 or about maybe the 1920 is the last usable sets of diagrams often, because things moved, the information moved into numerical charts and other ways of expressing things with algebraic functions. And you see that on the page, and you're like, a to x to omega equals 1, and you're like, oh, I have no idea. But I remember looking at it was a book on meteorology when I was studying a lot about winds, and they were showing diagrams of which way trees had fallen in tornadoes. And it was this compass, and these trees were laid down, and it's like, oh, I get this. This I don't have to actually read the text. I can sort of understand what they're talking about. And that whole, like that end of diagramming in science and the beginning of charting is sort of what inspired me to keep making diagrams, because I just make these giant-sized scientific, very simplified scientific diagrams. And they're really a missing component. Everything's numerical. And if you're not a numbers person and you don't understand the theory and how the things string together, you're completely lost when you open a textbook about something. And now when I'm buying a textbook on, say, geomorphology and meanders of rivers and how that gets structured over time, if I open it up and it's all charts with numbers, it's like, close it back up and put it back on the shelf. But if I find something that shows you a meandering pattern and then it has lines showing you where it's being eaten away and where it's flowing, the laminar flow versus the turbulent, and the speeds, that's a book I can spend a lot of time with. So it is really interesting, that whole idea of what's illustrated in books and how the illustration of science has so changed over time that now there isn't much scientific illustration the way there used to be.